Have you ever experienced neck pain after using your devices for a prolonged period? Today, we're diving into a condition known as tech neck. In recent years, a surge of neck and shoulder pains has swept across our tech-driven society. The culprit? Our constant companions, laptops, tablets, and cell phones. This modern-day malady has even earned itself a name, tech neck. Boston chiropractor Scott Diamond, a Northeastern University graduate who runs his own clinic, has observed this uptick firsthand. The influx of patients, both adults and teenagers, seeking relief from tech neck and other device-induced discomforts has been significant. What are the symptoms, you ask? Picture a rounded, hunched posture. Imagine the tension in your neck and shoulders after hours spent staring down at your screen. Now multiply that by your total screen time in a day, a week, a year. That's tech neck. But it's not just about the physical discomfort. Tech neck is also a sign of our increasingly sedentary lifestyle. As we spend more and more time glued to our devices, we're spending less time moving, stretching, and giving our bodies the activity they need. The impact of our device dependency is far-reaching. It's not just about the physical strain. It's about the way we live our lives, the habits we're forming, and the example we're setting for the younger generation. Tech neck is more than just a catchy name for a common complaint. It's a wake-up call, a reminder of the importance of balance in our digital lives. It's a call to action, encouraging us to take control of our tech habits before they take control of us. So next time you reach for your phone, take a moment to consider your posture. Are you setting yourself up for tech neck? Are you prioritizing your device over your well-being? As Scott Diamond says, tech neck is the real deal. But what causes it? Opening. It's not the devices themselves that cause tech neck, but how we use them. And by how we use them, we're really talking about posture. Alycia Markowski, a Northeastern clinical professor of physical therapy, explains that the culprit behind tech neck is our tendency to hunch and slump while using our devices. Picture yourself working on a laptop. More often than not, you're looking down at your screen, your shoulders are slumped, and your posture leaves much to be desired. This poor posture, she says, is what wreaks havoc on your neck and shoulders. The discomfort and pain that we've come to associate with tech neck, or sometimes referred to as tech's neck, are essentially repetitive stress injuries. When you're hunched over your laptop or smartphone, your muscles are constantly active, working overtime to support your head and neck. If your shoulders aren't relaxed, Markowski warns, that's when you start to feel neck pain, headache pain, and shoulder pain. And it's not just about discomfort or dull aches. The strain we put on our necks can have serious consequences over time. Our heads, after all, aren't exactly light. They weigh around 10 to 12 pounds, and for every inch we tilt our heads forward, we add an additional 10 pounds of effective weight pulling on our necks. Imagine the strain of carrying a 4-year-old child around your neck for several hours a day. That's essentially what you're asking your neck to do when you're constantly looking down at your devices. And this isn't something we do for just an hour or two each day. Many of us spend the majority of our waking hours hunched over our devices, whether it's for work, study, or leisure. That's a lot of strain on our necks, day in and day out. So, let's pause for a moment and consider. How much of a strain are we really putting on our necks? Closing. So how much of a strain are we really putting on our necks? How heavy do you think your head is? An intriguing question, isn't it? Now picture this. You lean in to check your latest email or to respond to a text message, tilting your head forward. According to chiropractor Scott Diamond, with every inch you incline your neck forward, you're adding an extra 10 pounds of weight to your head. That's right, 10 pounds. This is not just about the physical weight of your head, but the effective weight that your neck and shoulder muscles have to support. Lean in far enough and your head can feel as heavy as a whopping 42 pounds. Imagine carrying around a backpack that heavy all day, every day. It's no wonder that this leads to the chronic neck and shoulder pain we call tech neck. So how can we lighten this load? Looking straight ahead, not up or down, might be the solution we need. Now, we've all heard about the importance of ergonomics in the workplace, but how many of us really understand what that means? It's not just about buying a fancy chair or a standing desk. It's about creating an environment that supports our bodies in the best way possible. Let's break it down. Markowski, an expert in injuries to muscles and tissues around the spinal column, suggests that our desktop arrangement should be ergonomically correct. This means that our eyes should be level with the top of the screen. So, We are not straining our necks by looking up or down. It's about connecting a laptop to a monitor via a docking station to achieve this optimal setup. And it's not just for the office folks. Diamond emphasizes that even students should have an ergonomically correct setup for their study sessions. Now you might be thinking, but I don't have a docking station. Well, don't fret. A laptop stand can work just as well. It's about elevating the screen to eye level, reducing the need to hunch over or strain your neck. And let's not forget about the keyboard and mouse. Connecting your laptop to an external keyboard and mouse allows you to maintain a comfortable and healthy posture instead of being hunched over a small keyboard. So we've got our screens at eye level, our keyboards and mice in comfortable reach. But there's another factor that we often overlook: the way we sit. As Diamond points out, a laptop was designed for short-term use, like a flight from New York to Washington, D.C. It's not meant for long hours of use, whether for work or for study. In essence, ergonomics is about more than just equipment. It's about making sure that our bodies are supported and comfortable, reducing the risk of developing conditions like tech neck. And with the right setup, we can ensure that our tech use is not only productive, but also healthy. But what about when we're seated, you might ask? Well, that's a story for another scene. Stay tuned. It's all about getting the right angles. That's the mantra to remember when we're talking about warding off tech neck. Alycia Markowski, a specialist in injuries to muscles and tissues around the spinal column, has some sage advice to share about maintaining the correct posture. Imagine yourself sitting at your desk. Your feet should be firmly planted on the ground, forming a 90-degree angle with your legs. Your knees, in turn, should also be at a 90-degree angle with your thighs. And continuing up the body, your hips should create a 90-degree angle with your torso. It's like you're forming a series of right angles with your body. Let's not forget about your arms. As you type away on your keyboard or scroll through your phone, your arms should also be forming a 90-degree angle with the table or desk. Picture your arms forming an L shape as they rest on the work surface. And your elbows? They should be comfortably bent at a 90-degree angle too. Your wrists, however, should be almost neutral, gently poised over your keyboard or device, not bent in an awkward angle. So, as you can see, it's all about the right angles, 90 degrees to be precise. But what if you've got all these angles correctly aligned and yet your feet are left dangling in the air because the chair is too high? Well, that's where a footstool comes into play. A footstool can provide the necessary support for your feet, ensuring that you maintain the right posture from head to toe. So remember, whether you're working, studying, or even just scrolling through social media, maintaining these right angles can help prevent the onset of tech neck. It might take a bit of effort and mindfulness at first, but with time, it will become second nature. Though tech neck is indeed a real issue, with the right steps, we can prevent it. And one of those right steps is ensuring we're sitting at the right angles. So let's all do our part and start practicing good posture, one angle at a time. Let's summarize what we've learned today. Tech neck, a painful condition caused by the ergonomically incorrect use of laptops, tablets, and cell phones, is a growing concern. This repetitive stress injury results from a forward-leaning posture, causing the effective weight of the head to increase significantly. To prevent this, it's crucial to maintain a good posture and create an ergonomic workspace. Consider connecting your laptop to a monitor via a docking station, allowing you to maintain a straight gaze, not looking up or down. The top third of your screen's text should ideally be at eye level. Don't forget the right angles. Aim for a 90-degree angle at your knees and hips, with your feet firmly on the ground. Your elbows should also be at a 90-degree angle and your wrists almost neutral while working. Remember, prevention is key, so adjust your setup, maintain good posture, and keep tech neck at bay.